what's ahead. It's bigger than
Big Sexy has figured it out. Big Sexy figured it out. Hey,
Man,
hey, Big Sexy figured it out. I said, Big Sexy figured it out. Hey, y'all.
how y'all doing?
Hola, 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 people. Scoot
So
this way just a little
on
bit.
today's topic, we're talking about knowing your power and understanding different energies.
So, in this season that we're currently in, I've been doing a lot of stretching and growing and stretching. And sometimes growth is uncomfortable for me personally. I can't speak for anybody else, but for myself, sometimes growth is uncomfortable. And growth is uncomfortable because it causes you to look at the root of where you're needing to grow and also look at the root of where your immaturity still lies. I'm a person that's big on accountability. So I want to always remain accountable to anything around me that's my fault and that I'm contributing to in a negative way. So, with that being said, there's a reason why the eagle soars alone, right? It's not because it's arrogant, it's because altitude demands isolation, right? Me, myself personally, I'm not antisocial, I'm just spiritually assigned. And the ache inside of me is not loneliness, it's legacy forming, right? But sometimes that legacy has to form in silence because everybody that pretends to be for you, they're not really for you. So
Ooh.
it's a great thing to be able to lead with discernment, meaning to understand what's going on around you and sometimes to understand the wicked ways of those who pretend to love you or pretend to get close to you just so that they can understand what's going on from a front row seat, right? Um, Never again will I shrink myself to be seen, right? Um, I can't do it anymore. I used to always shrink to go into other rooms. I would always shrink to go into places where I felt like I didn't fit in. I've always had to shrink myself down because I've always known I've had a super big personality. And with that big personality, everybody can't handle that personality. But at the same time, I'm just promising myself that in the future, I won't shrink for anybody else. I won't downsize who I am. I won't water myself down. I'm not going to do anything of the sort. If you can't handle who I am, it's not just me. You're not a part of my calling. You're not a part of my future. You're not a part of my life because I should never have to shrink in order to be seen, right? Um, Being chosen means sometimes that you're going to be set apart from others. And it doesn't mean that you're being cast aside. It just means that you're being isolated so that you can truly hear the things that need to be heard in order for you to be able to grow. I am anointed. So when I walk into rooms, the atmosphere automatically shifts. My presence demands something greater than applause or attention. I am not designed for mass consumption. I am not built to blend. There is sacredness in my silence. I am on a divine journey. Some people take my divine understanding of self worth personal. And oftentimes, my confidence is mistaken for arrogance. There is no cost to anointings. My spirit is tuned into a frequency that others just don't hear. And I hear the whispers of destiny. There is no anointing without separation. Before anointing can be revealed publicly, it has to be protected privately, right? Sometimes my spirit aches because sometimes I feel alone. I feel empty. Um, Sometimes I don't understand my purpose, but once I do get to understand my purpose and understand that I'm purpose driven, it just comes a different time for myself and my level of understanding. I'm not here to make everyone comfortable. I move in purpose. And when doing so, the Most High separates me from everything that's not good for me. He also protects and guides me. Most people um, want your presence, but they don't want your progress, right? So they want the end goal. They want the end result of how good it looks to be able to shine with certain things, but they don't want to go through the grind with you. They don't want to go through the grit with you. They don't want to be patient with you. They just want to always come when you figure things out
Or the
instead
finished
of
product.
right. They want a part of the finished product. They don't want to be a part of the process, right? And so with that being said, it's like you have to understand when the energies around you are just not healthy for you. And this can mean family, friends, co-workers, just whomever you would choose to associate yourself with and allow
Churches,
inside your energy. Sometimes those
public
energies are just
places.
not what's for you. And so I've went through these 43 years trying to force myself on people, trying to force myself to be liked, trying to force myself to be loved, trying to force myself to be accepted. When all in all, I should have accepted a long time ago that I'm just different. I'm just spiritually different. I'm mentally different. I'm physically different. I'm just different. And it's okay to be different. I don't have to fit in with the masses. I don't have to fit in with your gangs, your cliques, your this, your that. Because a lot of y'all, when y'all are in these cliques, big time clicky like that, Some of y'all break away and go talk about them same people that you was just clicked up with, and that's how the world knows their business, is because somebody close to you is telling your business to an enemy or somebody, an op, as the kids like to call it. That's not your op, it's just your opposite, right?
Ain't that right? Okay. And to go with what my beautiful wife, is saying, stop explaining yourself to people. You don't have to explain who you are to people. Just show who you are and walk in your power. Walk in that energy that you are designed to walk in. And when you are not accepted, it's okay not to be accepted, because you are walking in your divine power. And your divine power, it commands respect. It commands an audience to see you, because they want to see where you are going and what you are doing. And like my wife said, don't dumb yourself down. Keep walking in your authority and understand that you are love. And there is nothing that can conquer love. Love conquers all. Light sheds over darkness all the time. And only the dark people are with the backstabbing, the conniving, the belittling, the making mockery or making a mock of you, because they cannot stand light.
When he says stop explaining yourself to people, for me personally, that's been a big challenge of mine, because I've wanted so badly to be understood. But what I had to understand is that some people are just not going to understand you. That's not their journey. That's not their purpose to understand you. Their purpose in life is just to, every time something happens good for you or to you or around you, it's that person's job to talk about it in a negative way, to make people not look at you in a positive light, to make people fear your presence. But in all honesty, we have to start understanding that separation is good. Separation is what's keeping some of us alive. And you have to follow your intuition when something don't feel right, even with family members, coworkers, friends, whatever it may be. Like he said, church affiliates, whomever. Everybody don't have your best interest at heart. For some people, they are in secret competition of your growth. They literally, every time you grow, they choke. Every single time you experience any small bit of growth and they see your growth, they are literally choking, because they're like, how does this person keep making it? No matter no matter the darts we're throwing at this person, the negativity we throwing at this person, these people still seem to persevere and make it. That's because my life has a divine calling on it. And it's not for everybody to understand. It's not for everybody to get, but I get it. I'm one of the Most High's chosen. And with that being said, it's things that people plot on you. And when they plot on you, he's going to keep blessing you right in their faces, right? Every time they think that they've came up against you in a negative way, the Most High does something to show them that was just a small setback for a major comeback, right? So, I don't mourn friendships that have faded. I don't chase rooms that I no longer fit in. I wasn't called to fit in. I was called to transform. And transformation doesn't happen in crowds. It happens in quiet spaces. So let your ego die and let your presence rise. This reason isn't for popularity. It's for pruning. Sorry, this season. It's not for popularity for me. It's for pruning. It's for me to grow. And like I said, just keep stretching and getting my own understanding as to what my purpose in life is, right? I used to love to be in crowded spaces and crowded places. I used to love to be surrounded by people. Now, crowds do nothing but create distractions for me. And I can honestly say that. And the distraction is the enemy of destiny. The chosen walk in the light. What we carry is heavy. So I sense and I feel and I know the vibration of most rooms before I even enter them. That's why I don't enter a lot of rooms. That's why I don't try to be a part of a lot of idle chatter. That's why I'm not trying to be a part of nobody's group, this, that, and the third. I don't care to fit in. I don't care to be liked. I don't care for any of that. My presence is already powerful in itself. And once again, anytime I walk into a room, I automatically feel the shift of energy when I walk in. Let me say that again. Any room that I've ever walked in my life, I've automatically felt the shift. As I'm walking into that room, I automatically feel the shift, whether it be making others uncomfortable because of my presence, whether it be some people wanting my presence and being happy that I'm there, whether it being, me not being accepted and wanted in whatever spaces. I always feel that energy. And I'm just one who is very in tune with myself, with my space, and with who I am and what I bring to the table. So I just have to continue to remain strong. I don't want a cloudy mind. I don't want a mind that's crowded by distractions. I just want to be a person who wakes up every day and executes and elevates.
That's good, babe. That is awesome. And with separation, you have to isolate. And when you isolate, it's like you're building up yourself in order to come back out to give people exactly what they need. And they don't even know what they need a lot of times. People need the chosen ones or the messenger or the prophet to be able to look at that person in the physical and understand that they can change too, that they can be better also. But first and foremost, we have to understand we got to love ourselves. We have to condition ourselves to understand that we do not need validation from the masses. You validate yourself by your personal growth. And with your personal growth, people tend to see that personal growth. And those who are going to gravitate to you because they like your personal growth, they're going to want to know, wow, how did that person go from there to here? And whatever there was to here right now, because people start seeing how your skin looks. They start seeing the different bounce or the pep in your step. They start looking at how you talk, because once you start gaining knowledge of and understanding yourself, you start speaking in a different manner. You don't use those low vibration words or verbs anymore. You start talking to the inner God, and the inner God starts talking to the masses, because the God is within you. You know, God is physical. There is no mystery God. There is no mystery about anything about God. People make up those mysteries. You know, they make up those spirits. You cannot make up. If there is a person that can show me a mystery God, feel free to show me, because you can't. There's no form of it. This is a God right here. I am a God right here. And everything that we are experiencing, it comes from somebody's mind. That's what makes you a God. This computer, this telephone, this room that we live in, it all came from somebody's mind. Therefore, what you think and you project makes you a God. Can I get a witness? And I don't want to say no amen. Okay, it's amen. Because we are love. Love conquers all. And we've shown that through different multiple levels of our life. And everywhere we go, people say, oh, y'all are so cute. Oh, I can just feel the love. Because love conquers all. And as my wife said, you just constantly got to grow, fly high, separate, isolate, elevate to the most high person you are ever going to be. I appreciate having my wife to be on this journey and help me elevate in life. You can't just do it by yourself. You can get to a certain pinnacle in your life by yourself. But then the Most High has designed us to have a helpmate in order to conquer this thing we call life.
So what do you say to those who, like how you just explained that, how you love having a wife and your wife this, that, and the third? What do you say to those that want to tell you, well, your wife has her own journey and her own this and her own that and da 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 da? Basically, as you're explaining to them the love and joy that your wife brings to you, they want to try to.
Those are part of the naysayers. You know, we all have our own journey. But in your own walk, in your own journey, you need people that are going to help you and not fuse you out. On your journey of becoming who you are, I'm supposed to help elevate you. You know, not dumb you down, not make you feel less than a woman, not piss on your parade or make you feel like your dreams aren't foreseeable. And for those people that feel like, oh, you got to go on this walk, we all have to go on our own separate walk. But while we're going on our own separate walk, you're going to need encouragement. You're going to need a community of people to help you get there. And those that don't understand what that union is between man and woman, I'm not going to sit here and explain it to you. That's not my job.
So in my teachings and in my just in my wanting to get better, I've been doing some researching. I've been, doing some deep dives into different things. And the things that I've discovered is that a lot of the negative energy or a lot of the distractions or a lot of the negativeness or the most dangerous energy that you feel, it doesn't even come from an enemy. It comes from a loved one. It comes from a family member. It comes from somebody that you hold near and dear to your heart, right? And it's not that those people don't want to see you make it. It's not that those people don't want to see the best for you. It's just that they're not on the walk with you. So they don't understand the journey. They don't understand how you've had to isolate yourself in order to truly hear what's going on around me. They don't understand how you've had to do certain things to where you could elevate. Only thing they see is somebody that's acting different. Oh, you're different. Oh, you didn't used to do this. Oh, you didn't used to do that. Oh, you didn't act like that with da 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 da. Those are all people who want to hold you back. Don't allow even your family members to hold you back, because they have their own growth process that they have to go through as well.
Yeah.
A lot of people aren't growing to their full potential, in my opinion, because they refuse to hold themselves accountable, right? There's a lot of broken people out there operating as healed human beings. And truth be told, they haven't done not one lick of work in order to be able to heal, right? I'm the type of person that I honestly feel if a person doesn't like me, there's no way they can like something that I've created. There's no way that they can love my child. There's no way that they can love anything that came from me if they don't like me. So let me say that one more time. If a person doesn't like you personally, they're never going to like your child. They're never going to like your grandchildren. They're not going to like anything that comes from you because it is of you, right? So some of y'all are so foolish to send your kids around people who don't like you. So what you're doing is setting your innocent child up in a situation to where they now have to fend for themselves. I'm a parent, so my first thing I want to do is protect, right? My big thing is protect. So I'm going to try to protect my girls with everything in me. One of my children, she's a young adult. She's of age to where she's considered grown. She's out on her own, doing her own thing, and I'm very proud of her. My other daughter, she's still innocent. She still has a lot of innocence and life left. So with that being said, I'm going to do everything I can to protect my child. And once again, if you don't like me or if you have negative things to say about me, I know for a fact if I was to ever leave my child around you unprotected, you're going to pour all that negativity into my kid. You're going to say everything you can say negative to my kid, around my kid, to make my kid have doubt, to make my kid have everything but the confidence that she needs in order to soar high like the eagle, right? We're not doing it. I'm not doing it. I'm not apologizing for it. You should apologize for your ways. You should apologize for your wickedness. You should apologize for the energy that you give off being so negative to where you don't have the relationship with my child that you feel like you should so long have. It's not our fault. It's not the kid's fault. It's on the person who doesn't have that relationship with that child. It's your fault. Remove your wicked ways. Heal. Take some time and heal. Understand what it is keeping you broken. A lot of us have childhood trauma that we've never faced, that we've never talked about. And if we have talked about it, we're talking about it in the most negative way possible. We're not talking about it in a way to heal and love and get over it. We're talking about it in a way that we're staying stuck in that moment of, oh, I was 9 and this happened to me. Oh, I was 12 and this happened to me. Oh, I was 13 and this happened to me. But yet you're not trying to understand it, heal from it, and move forward. So until some of y'all heal, y'all will never have a relationship with my child. Y'all will never be around my children. Y'all will never get in the circumference of her beautiful energy, because I don't need nothing negative rubbing off on my kid that she can't foresee or control.
Not only just kids, just whomever else is out there, keep that negative energy away. You have to want to heal in order to heal.
Mm-hmm.
You have to want to obtain knowledge and understand these emotional roller coasters that you're going up and down on. In order to heal, you have to first look in the mirror and understand what's bothering you. Why do you feel like this? Why do I act like that? And you get to the root of it. And then once you get to the root of it, then you're able to understand why things are happening to you in your life. A lot of these things come back from generation to generation to generation, and you just keep on holding on to that. You cannot hold on to grandmama's way of doing things when you know that grandmama was wrong. And just because you love grandmama, you are adhering and taking on her spiritual
her
demons.
traits and her ways.
That's not fair to you. That's not fair to the generation that's coming after you. You have to understand that there are more ways than one.
I'm really big on breaking generational cycles that are unhealthy.
You have to understand that first and foremost, you have to love yourself. And loving yourself meaning breaking away from those bad demonic, demonic spirits that were casted over you as a child. And you have to get with a group of people that are showing you that we love you, we see you, we understand you. And we have to get away from that white way of doing things. We have to be self-sufficient in our own world, learning to cultivate and be in our own line. And I believe when my wife said separation a while ago, that's not meaning just separating from the bad and evil. That means separating from the white way of doing things, the European way of doing things, because they don't think and act the way we act. And that's why we get caught up in a lot of these bad relationships with people, because we don't understand ourselves. We have to understand that first and foremost, we are Black and we are different. That's why you see in the government and everything the government touches right now, it is crumbling. Because their way is not the way, and it has been a light shined on it. And that light is shining on it so strong right now to people are out there walking as the lost, as the dead. But there is an awakening amongst the Black people. And the Black people have to understand that you have to renew your mind. You have to change the way you think. You have to change the way you eat. You have to change the way you process the things that you do in your life. And these churches aren't teaching you these things. All they want is money. All they ask for as soon as you come to church, after they have announced that you are new here and this and that, the first thing they want to do is pass a collection plate about money. My time is not your money. My time is precious, it's valuable. And if you can't feed me and teach me how to be a better person, I don't need to be in your structure. I don't need to be in your building. We have to nurture and foster a place to where people can come and be comfortable and be taught a new way of life.
I feel like I'm so in tune with life and myself and who I am in my process of growth to where a person doesn't even have to open their mouth for me to understand their energy, for me to understand what their purpose is for wanting to be around me. You no longer have to open up your mouth to say anything. I feel your spirit. I feel your energy. I feel your intentions. I feel it before I even say anything to anybody, before anybody even has a chance to say anything to me. Me personally, I feel your soul. I feel it. And when you're not right, when you're not healthy, when you don't want the best for me and mine, oh, I feel it. And I stay far away from you. Yes, I'll smile. Yes, I'll hi. Yes, I'll do whatever. I'll stay cordial with you. But at the end of the day, you're a demon, and you're a demon that I don't want anywhere close to me. You're a flesh demon, meaning that you're a demon in the flesh. You may have others fooled. You may have others that amen you and hooray you and clap your negativity and do things with you to make you feel like what you're saying and doing is right. But deep down inside, you know you're not right. You know you're not right. And the spirit and soul within you knows that you're not right. That's why you can't prosper. That's why you can't grow. That's why your life ain't receiving no extra blessings. That's why you're still stuck in the same position you were stuck in 7 years ago. That's why you're still looking at other people's lives, wondering why they are able to progress, proceed, and go forward. But you look like you're stuck right here. Stop focusing on other people and what they got going on and focus on self. Take the time out to understand, like, once again, what it is needed for you to heal, because each one of us have different traumas that we're facing. We have different trauma that lives in our body. We have different traumas that we hold on to and don't even know that they exist. You don't know that they exist because you're scared to recognize that as trauma. You're scared to point it out and say, hey, I can do better in this area of my life. Hey, I can grow over here. Hey, when this person's name is brought up or when this person comes around, it automatically sends some type of feeling in my body to where I don't want to see that person succeed. You have to be aware, and you have to be the one that's aware of that. Can't nobody else point that out for you. You know your feelings, you know your ways, you know your habits, you know what makes you tick. You know that when somebody is saying something to you out of love, how you're already ready to take it and go spread it amongst the masses like they've wronged you, like they've done something bad to you, like they've harmed you simply by speaking the truth. Some of us didn't grow up with fathers. Some of us did grow up with good dads. Some of us didn't grow up with good dads. So those of us that actually have fathers in our life and our fathers try to give us words of encouragement and try to help us get through to the next level of life. I could never take my father's words and get angry with him because he said something to me that I didn't agree with. Only thing I do when my father speaks to me is I listen to what he's saying to me because I know that there's a message in what he's saying. Sometimes I may not like my dad's delivery. Sometimes I may not like my dad's choice of words. Sometimes I may not like the message that my dad is giving me, but overall, I'm trying to understand what it is that he's saying to me without me automatically going to play victim because he said something that I didn't like, without me automatically going to turn my siblings against him or saying something negative to my siblings about him because he's spoken true facts, without me wanting to make him the enemy because he doesn't amen my bullshit, because he calls me out on my negativity. No, I love my dad for those reasons. I love and appreciate my dad for those reasons. So some of y'all that got them dads out there that's really a part of y'all life and trying to be good people to y'all, those are bonds that when he's gone, y'all are going to miss him. Y'all are going to wish that y'all had taken just 5 minutes to just try to understand what he was saying. Oh, that's just dad. That's how he is. Yeah. So if you know that's just dad and that's how he is, why is it so offensive to you? Why does it offend you every time he opens his mouth and he speaks about something that you may not agree with? Your homegirl say shit you don't agree with all the time. You right back kissing their ass after a week.
Girl.
Your homeboy say things to you that you don't like. You right back kissing his ass after a week. A nigga can box you in your jaws and do other things to you that's unsavory, go cheat on you, bring you back, whatever. You done forgave that nigga in less than a week. So why is it so hard for us to forgive those that we love and that we're attached to by blood?
Because they're taught those things. A lot of things that you just said, the mothers teach these children to hate their father. Kids don't just wake up and hate their father. Kids wake up and they want to see who their father is. They want to know their father. You know, that's just like women concealing who their child's dad is. You know, those are bad energies.
It is.
Those are that's diffusing that child's power. That child wants to know
where they come from.
Their dad is their real dad. They want to know how he looks, how he talks, how he moves through life. And dads are in by nature stern, structure driven, protectors, providers, correctors. Moms are by nature nurturers.
Some of us.
Come here, mothers. Come here, you know, and nurture. You know, dad is more so when dad raises his voice, hey, stop that. Kids automatically shift. They shape up. And moms help ordain that. But when you have these kids out here contrary to their parents, it's typically, basically, normally, another parent is opposite of that parent. And that's why you and our relationship, I don't care what nobody say. It ain't perfect, but it's perfect for me. And ideal in an ideal world, what we do is like what grandmama and granddaddy used to do. On one accord, and no one is above mother and father, and everybody knows how to fall in line. That's why so many houses are broken today, because they allow the children to put those bad energies in the house. You have to correct that at the door. We were listening to something the other day where you put that salt at the door and you fly those bad energies out. The society has got us to where we feel like we don't need salt. We are made of salt. Our skin is made of salt. Not this salt that they go process in those buildings over there. Original salt that are full of minerals, magnesium, the things that we need to help us grow inside. We have to understand that those boxes that we're buying from the store, those cans that we're getting from the store, they are full of so many different infirmities. And this is the reason that why some of us are acting the way we act. This is why we are dying off in the masses the way we're dying off, because we have gotten to a place of convenience. Convenience is nothing but for the white man. We don't need convenience. We need to get out there like our forefathers did, our ancestors did, and till our land, build our land up, and live off of us. Back in the 70s, When I was coming up, we were separated. And as long as we were separated from them, we had a powerful way of doing things. Not until they start integrating and moving things together and you guys wanted to sit at the table with them is when things start changing. We stop eating with each other, eating at our houses. We start, we want to go over and spend our money with Joe Blow. Joe Blow don't care about you, call you nigga, spitting your food, but long as you was in your top suit and sitting in that place, you felt like something. No, that's not it. That's not it. And whoever's saying that's it, that's a lie. You are what we call shoe booty niggas, shoe booty preachers, wanting to be like them. No, want to be like yourself because they want to be like you. They want your hair. They want your eyes. They want your mind. We are the original AI. We are the mathematics. We are the solar system. We are the originator. They come from us. And whenever you decide to understand that, the more powerful you're going to be, meaning our topic, that when you start understanding those energies, the more powerful you will be, the more understanding you will be, the more that you will stop going around other people, going to certain places and stop doing certain things, because those are all mental masters. Who is your mental master? We have stopped eating Chick-fil-A now for about 6 months. We don't eat Popeyes. We don't eat McDonald's. We don't do none of that because it's bad for us. It is bad for you. And we're all running to Master Modelo. I'll be the first to say I would run to that. Master Don Julio, Master Tricks for Kids, all of those things. We have to renew our minds and change the way that we live and what we put in our body. And how do we do that? By obtaining knowledge. Go get the knowledge. Not that brainwash, whitewash knowledge, but the knowledge of who we are. We built those pyramids. We set up the first mathematics. And they say 666 is the mark of the beast. No, that 666 is the main of man.
6 neutrons, 6 protons, 6 melanins, or something like that. I may not be saying it right, but y'all know.
But you on point.
It has a lot to do with us being
who we are. We don't get skin cancer. We are fed these things to have cancer. When will we wake up, my people, and understand that we are the chosen one? And even if you don't believe you are the chosen one, what other group of people have been led astray, lost their knowledge, lost their way of doing things for 400 years? No other people other than the so-called Negro.
When you look at other cultures have things that they're rich in. They have things that they celebrate. They have things that they want to continue going from their ancestors. Very rarely do you see people of color who have these same type of things that they hold on to, that they want to pass on to the next generation. We're so lost and caught up in, like he said, wanting to sit at the white man's table, wanting to fit in with the white man, wanting to be accepted by the white man, to where we're not even researching what our ancestors laid down for us. And so I'm really big on just picking back up what my ancestors have laid down. When they give me something, when they bring me something, meaning spiritually, and I can feel it, I try to go with it and do my best to perpetuate it so that I can keep it going forward for the family to come after me. I was talking to my husband yesterday, and I was telling him, it's like, in the society that we live in, we want to fit in so bad to where we're not even trying to understand who we are and where we truly come from. We just all automatically believe everything that we're being fed. I'm not a person that's easily swayed. I don't believe everything that's put into a textbook. I don't believe everything that I read on the internet. I don't believe every article that's produced, because 9 times out of 10, that was produced by a human like you and I, and their opinion is all through and through whatever it is that you're reading or trying to understand and decipher. So me personally, I like to deep dive and just have my own clear understanding of things. And I don't care what anybody else says. I don't care how it feels to them. What they eat will never make me shit. What the next person goes and occurs can never be left for generations for my family. Only thing I can do for mine is to just understand and know, and once again, obtain the knowledge that I need for me to be able to set my kids up in a way that they don't have to beg, borrow, steal, plead, none of that to nobody. They don't have to be in the presence of anybody who doesn't like them. They don't have to be around nobody who sucks their energy. They don't have to be around all these negative entities that we're around just simply trying to fit in. I'm not with it.
I'm not for begging for crumbs. Everybody's mad at Trump right now for the things he's doing. Instead of getting mad, start understanding your power. Instead of always trying to point the finger at somebody, look at you and what you're doing. Understand your power and understand how to become self-sufficient to where you don't have to worry about all these things that this wicked man is doing. He is showing you right in your face that he don't care about y'all, and all y'all do is still want to be discouraged.
Amen and hooray, everything that he does.
And
y'all voted to put this man in power. And when I say y'all, I mean y'all. Y'all truly voted to put this
and
man in
y'all
power.
are steady
Anything
falling for this trickery.
Anything to keep that beautiful black woman out the office.
You
Anything
understand?
to keep the powerful black woman down. Anything to make us feel less than. That's what y'all went with. Oh, I felt tricked into voting for Kamala.
You didn't want
I
tricked.
felt tricked into this, that, and the third. You had your choices. Y'all went with Trump. When they presented the Project 25, he's already on number 15, 16 of the list. Right in y'all's faces. It's right in your face. It was all fun and games when it was, oh, let's make this black woman this or make the black woman. It was all fun and games. But now that he's actually in power and he's showing y'all how powerful he is, he's more of a democracy than he is anything. He's trying his best.
He's a tyranny.
He's trying his best to. Well, he's doing his big one is all I can say.
He's putting everybody out the way.
He's doing his big one is all I can say.
He went and put the National Guards in Chicago, trying to put the National Guards in California. You know, why aren't y'all paying attention and coming together and understanding that we as a people gotta come together? But oh no, I want to be like old Whitey over there and get me a YSL bag. I want to get me a Gucci bag. I want to get the latest loafers. I want to get the latest whatever these people that are entertainers are doing. You know, they putting all these things out here. Look at them. They going to get this. What is this? Cut water? You don't know what's in that cut water. But as soon as they put it on the market, you go buy it. You go drink it. Then you wonder why your stomach is hurting. You wonder why your skin looking bad. You want to know why your ears aching. You want to know why your hair is falling out. You go buy everything they put on the market. Right now, Bluebell has got this dadgum pecan ice cream out. And I'm not being a hypocrite. I used to go do the same thing. I used to go buy whatever they put out on the market new, I go buy it. Until I start having an awakening. Till I start looking at myself in the mirror and saying, I'm not going to allow them to mentally be my master and make me a mental slave. We are bigger than that. A black person has something for everything you want to do. We have a business for everything you want to do, but we do not broadcast, share, like, and comment with our own.
Too busy knocking them down, too busy kicking them, too busy looking for flaws, too busy wanting them not to succeed, too busy viewing them in a competitive spirit. It's time out for all of that. It's time for us to truly come together. It's time for us to come together, y'all. We can't grow until we come together.
And if don't nobody want to stand,
keep their money within their community at least 10 to 12 times before they spend it outside their community. Black people, as soon as they get $1, they looking for Mr. White man to go spend $1 with. They looking for Mr. Mexican to
be accepted.
Make it make sense. So when y'all see my life and what it looks like, it's just, I don't have more money than you. I just choose to spend my money differently than you spend yours.
And I choose to stand alone.
It's going to become a time here soon to where if you want to see the Seagraves, you got to use your passport. Just straight up. If you want to be in our presence, if you want to feel our energy, if you want to be anywhere around us, you're going to have to get your passport stamped to come see us. You're going to have to go through customs in order to get to us. Because the things that are going on here, we see it, we recognize it. Yeah, we got 14 acres. Yes, we own property and land in different places. Yeah, we got all these things that tie us to the U.S., but I'm not tied to the U.S., baby. I'm so ready to be able to live my life in different corners of the world each quarter. That's how I'm setting my life up right now, is to where in each quarter I can be in a different corner of the world. So where a job thinks it has me like this and I have to stay contained, negative, remote. Where circumstances feel like they got me like this and I got to stay contained, negative. I'm breaking all the shackles. I'm breaking all of that shit so that when I get ready to go, it's a peaceful transition onto the next piece of earth that I want to be on. I'm not stuck on the US. I'm not stuck on the US ways. I'm not stuck with the way the US does things. I'm not. I am in the process of acquiring land in different countries so I can grow my stuff naturally. I don't have to worry about the pesticides, the GMOs, all of these things that are unhealthy to us and in our bodies. I don't have to worry about that because I'm growing my own and I understand where it's coming from and where it's going.
Look at Burkina Faso. They pushing all those, the British, the French, they pushing them out of Africa. They pushing them out of their country because they're understanding the uprising. They're understanding that the natural resources that we have, you know, and that's the same for here in America. They are pushing us out of what was our land and taking it over. And you guys are allowing it. And then they're pushing you out to where you have nowhere else to go but to their concentration camps. These are modern day concentration camps that they're putting you in small housing and going up in the air. Therefore, they can control you. If anything goes on, they come to one building and they shut that one building down. If they want to burn out 100,000 people, they're putting them all in one building. Now we're looking at this morning when we got up to go to work, and I am a victim of it and I am contributing to it. We have gotten so lazy to where we don't even want to leave out of our houses to go buy groceries. We're ordering them online. They say it's coming from Walmart. They say it's coming from Target. They say it's coming from whatever establishment it is, but do you really know where it's coming from? And we're eating it. We're ingesting it. Ready spaghetti, spaghetti ready, or however they saying it these days. You know, and I'm just telling the truth. And I don't care that you don't like me as the messenger. Take that up with God. I'm just here to put it on a stain on your brain to help you understand this is what you got to do. It's people out there right now that are looking for a better way. And because of who the messenger is, you're persuading them not to go listen. But what are you doing to help that person? What are you doing to help yourself? Look at the man in the mirror and help somebody. Can you do that? Won't you do that? Because these churches, they're not even helping nobody no more. If you tell me one church that's out there going and witnessing and teaching you to love yourself, eat better, be a community, and not having division within that structure, tell me what church is. Because the churches I've been to lately, they divided heavily. They heavily divided. That's not unity. That's not healing. That's not preaching togetherness. You're practicing it right there with Reverend Pigfeet and Bishop Hogmouth. And y'all need to get away from those places. You can have church outside where it don't cost you a dime. But you don't want to talk about that. Now, pastor says so-and-so. Who is pastor but a man?
A man with a message. The messenger, and that's the messenger you choose to listen to. We all have different messengers that we choose to get our message and our word from. It doesn't make one right over the other. That's who you're familiar with. That's who you're comfortable with. So that's who you'll listen to. And there's nothing wrong with that. I just wanted to add on to what he was saying was that just in the space and the time that we're in right now, it's a dangerous time. It's a dangerous space that we're living in, because those that come from us, those that are going from us, those that whatever it is, it's like those are the people that want to make themselves your biggest enemy. When it's time to love and come together and just have a good, wholesome life, it's like somebody always finds a reason to be mad, to be angry, to be upset, to be victimized. Oh, well, she said this and he did that. Damn, but what did you say and do for it to lead to that? Are you just always going to be the victim in every story that you tell? Or are you going to stand up and be accountable for some of the shit that you also say and do? And your wicked ways, your wicked feelings, your nasty negative habits. Are you going to be accountable for any of that shit? Or is it just going to always fall on somebody else when they say or do something that you don't agree with? I'm accountable for my shit. I'm accountable for my words. I'm accountable for my actions. Because 9 times out of 10, if I'm doing it with purpose. And I know what I'm doing when I'm doing it. I know what I'm saying when I'm saying it. And I know if I say it to this individual, they're going to carry it back to that. And it's done with the purpose. It's always done with the purpose. It's done in alignment. So if you don't want to hear the message from me, you're going to still get the message. You're just going to receive it from somebody just a little different than I. But you're still going to get my message. See how that works? We're in a time right now to where families should be pulling together and really having each other's backs. We shouldn't be so separated as a family. We shouldn't be on separate ends of the spectrum as a family. We should want to sit down and understand each other when it comes to family. But y'all want to understand everybody in the streets. You want to understand everybody that jump on your Facebook post and amen and hooray your bullshit. You want to understand everybody that'll bring you a cup of cut water and sit and gossip with you, or somebody that'll bring you some Don Julio and sit and listen to your gossip. Man, it's time out for that. Some of y'all are so lost. It's crazy, but it's not crazy because it's a choice. It's at the end of the day, it's a choice. You're choosing to stay stuck. You choosing to stay stupid. You choosing to stay negative. You choosing to stay bitter. You choosing to stay on the outskirts of what really loves you. Because you have gotten comfortable. Let me say this too. My husband and I have been busy building legacy, right? In the process of us building this legacy that we're building, it don't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter your title. If you don't love my husband sincerely, when it's all said and done, don't come like this because you know dad then left a whole bunch of something behind. If you don't love him with an open, pure heart, if you can't talk to him on a regular with an open, pure heart and not just with some type of animosity or hidden agendas, don't come like this when it's all said and done. Yes, we are setting legacy. Yes, there's going to be a lot left behind. Yes, there's going to be financials, land, businesses, all of this is all wrapped up in a trust. It's there. It's formulated. But if you don't love him, don't come looking for what him left behind. If you don't love her, don't come looking for what her left behind. Keep figuring it out on your own. Keep letting the world around you tell you that this, that, and the third. That's what you believe in. That's what you so whole hell bent sent on. So them same people that you sit and gossip about us too, go right back to them same people and see what they got for you. See what they have for your kids. See if they've left any legacy for you. Gossip ain't because you don't get to be rewarded off the legacy that me and my husband are building when all you want to do is this negatively every time something is said or done that you don't like. Stop living for the show. Stop living for the facade. Stop living for the chaos. Some of y'all live in chaos every day of your life, and it's so chaotic to where when it's not chaotic, it's abnormal. You don't know how to act. You don't know how to be. You don't know how to maneuver. You don't know how to move because you're so used to moving in chaos. You're so used to moving in a circle of people that amen you. And girl, so and such, Nim. If right now, if we were fighting, cussing each other out, if we had roaches on the wall, dirty sink, if we looked tattered, right now it'll be 100 people on our show. You know it? But because there's something no drama. Because there's something positive, something inspiring, something that we are actually living by example, people can't stand that. And drama is the new to do. It's the new to do. Not the new to do. And going out to the newest restaurants and or the popular one and buying the most expensive liquors and sitting up with your fat cigars and your overpriced clothes is the new. And then your bank account is looking sick. You behind on your taxes. You're mentally challenged. Oh shit! You living from pillow to post. You are emotionally deprived. You're couch surfing. You ain't got the things that you could possibly have because you're so wrapped up and worried about. And all we are trying to do is bring awareness to the lost, because I was once lost.
But I am found and I am finding a new way in life. And you're supposed to share it for the goodness of society and the world. And if you don't like it, that's fine.
Some of y'all out there want to be
Because
wives, but don't know how to be a wife.
you feeling it. You feel
There's
some
no
type of
perfect way to
way.
be a wife. There's no right or wrong way, but there's habits that you possess that you know that aren't wifely habits. There's things that you're doing that you know is not of a wife. Not saying that you've seen somebody that before you to show you 20 beautiful years of a healthy marriage, or you seen somebody show you 17 years of 19 years of a healthy marriage.
Mm-mm.
It's not about that. It's about just really moving in your purpose, moving in your alignment. And if you want to be a wife, move like a wife. If you want to be a wife, walk like a wife. If you want to be a wife, talk like a wife. If you want to be a wife, let your hoish ways go. If you want to be a wife, there's no reason why I would ever bring one of my exes around or think me and my husband supposed to just kiki and ha ha and have drinks and big smoke with an ex, unless me and that ex are sitting down trying to discuss some type of business strategy or something to that nature. Let your ex is an ex for a reason. Some of y'all will never make it to be wives because y'all are so stuck on the ex. Y'all are so stuck on wanting to still kick it with the ex and be around the ex. And let me just clarify myself. If I didn't spend at least a year of my life with you, stop calling yourself my ex. You're not my ex. We did what we did. We had fun. We moved on. But you're not an ex of mine. You're not an ex. If we didn't this for at least a year, 12 straight months consecutively, you're not my ex. You are just a piece of fun that I had. I am just a piece of fun that you had. Stop telling people you my ex. We banged it out. We had a lot of fun. We went out to eat. We did all the things of the world. And then we went our separate ways. But you're not my ex. Okay? Just want to peacefully put that out there.
I just want to say that we all can change. Do you want to change? Do you want a change? Because the world isn't bad, it's the people of the world. And just to add on what my wife was saying, to be a good husband, you have to want to be a good husband. You know, you have to be able to communicate with your wife or your potential wife to be a good husband. You have to understand to love yourself, therefore you can love your wife as yourself. You have to understand there are things that you can do and there's things that you absolutely should not do. Me, myself, I don't like to hang out with guys that aren't married. That's just who I am. And that has worked for me. What works for me don't work for everybody. But if you want to change your life, hang out with people that are going places and doing things that you want to do.
Why don't you like hanging out with men that aren't married?
Men that aren't married, they're doing single guy things. And there's nothing wrong with that. You know, you're doing single guy things. I'm just not a single guy, so I can't go hang out with men that are single. Men that are single, they're doing things that are contrary to my marriage. Period. And then there are men that are married that are going to cheat on their wives or gallivanting around town, and I can't hang with them. Because if you hang with me, I'm going to definitely tell you, say, bro, you know, you wouldn't be doing that if your wife was right here. Say, bro, that ain't cool because you wouldn't like it if your wife was doing it. You know what I'm saying? But that's the type of man I am.
I appreciate you for being that kind of man.
And I expect, if I'm doing this, I expect my wife to mirror that, you know, because if I run with hoes, I do hoe stuff. Right or wrong? That's right. Birds of a feather flock together. That's not just a saying. This is true. And eventually, if you keep going to the barbershop, you're going to get a haircut. If you keep going to the salon, you're going to get in a chair and get some bumping curls or frontal or whatever they're doing these days with their hair. So I'm saying this to say, people get with like-minded people. Therefore, if something goes on in your marriage, that the counsel that you're seeking can help you. Because if something is going wrong in your marriage and your friend is telling you to leave your man or leave your wife, that's not a friend. A friend is going to say, hey, go sit down and talk to your mate. See what's going on first before I just assume that it's this. Because it's just that small conversation that can make your marriage go just a little further. See, I'm not with all of that other stuff that these people are doing. And I don't have a heaven or hell to put nobody in. But we all know right from right, wrong from wrong. We were placed on this earth to procreate and to make this world fruitful. So without anything else, you understand what I'm saying. I don't have to get down into it. Because we see it, and we see these men, they're wearing crop tops. They wearing tight breeches.
It's the purses for me. Every time we get on what these men are doing and they're not supposed to be doing, I'm always stay stuck on that purse.
Well, see, when I was coming up, little boys couldn't even touch purses. See what I'm saying? Anything that a man did that was related to a woman, we call them sissies.
So now that you're saying that, I feel like a lot of you older people that are in my husband's age group that are wearing these he just broke it down perfectly. A lot of y'all that are in my husband's age group and y'all find these purses appropriately, you always want to wear your mama's purse. You always want to wear your sister's purse. You always want to wear your granny's purse. And because it was told to you as a young and don't touch purses, now the society has opened this shit up for you hoes. Now y'all out here rocking purses and shit.
That's unacceptable behavior as a man. Anything pertaining to a man and a woman is doing it, that's not natural. Anything that a woman is doing and a man is trying to do that, that's not natural. Men wearing skirts? No, that's not acceptable. I mean, if you're going and looking into this fashion, the people that are into fashion, they're only making this to make you buy, and they're making you not be a leader.
Well, they leading because they leading their homeboys into wearing skirts. They leading their homeboys into wearing purses and makeup and nail polishes and shit.
A man that got nail polish on, that's not natural. That's pertaining to a woman. And whoever says they're just being themselves and expressing themselves, there's a lot of ways to express yourself. But on the flip side, how many genders are there? There's 2 genders. What are those genders?
Male, female.
So these people that are out here talking about there are 20 different genders. No, but there are an infinite amount of mental
illnesses that are attached to those said genders.
So
period.
There can never be no more than 2. Whether you are a hermaphrodite or not. There are only 2 genders. Those that disagree are weak. Those that disagree, they're getting led to slaughter. And I don't even feel sorry for you. That's God's job.
So I wanted to change the subject just a little bit. Some of us, those of us that have 9-to-5 jobs and we're working these 9-to-5 jobs, I need y'all to understand that these jobs are not here for your mental health. They're not here for anything of any other purpose other than to get that job done. If you can't make it into that job, they're going to try to fire you and replace you with somebody else that's going to come in and work like a dog. I'm saying all this to say some of y'all are protected with y'all's jobs with FMLA, short-term disability, long-term disability. There's different things that are set up.
EEOC.
There's different things that are set up through your job already that you may not even be tapped into or be scared to take because somebody around you is telling you, oh, well, you're not supposed to do this and you're not supposed to do that. If it comes with your job, take it. Meaning if your job offers FMLA and you're having a hard time mentally, tap into your FMLA. If your job offers short-term disability and you hurt yourself outside of the job, tap into your short-term disability. No matter what they're saying about you at the workplace, your job is protected. As long as you go and take this leave the proper way, your job is going to be protected. I am currently experiencing some things and going through some things, but I understand the Most High is going to always protect me and he has my best interest at heart at all times. So even when I don't see the outside or the end goal, the Most High has already worked it out. But I'm just telling y'all, take that FMLA, take that short-term disability. Don't feel like you got to work yourself like a slave and like a dog, and you can still get your pay on. You still getting paid while you're taking these things as long as you do it in the right way. Now, if you ever go on FMLA or you go on short-term disability or long-term disability and you find that your employer is trying to terminate you, contact the EEOC and file a report through the EEOC. Not only that, contact the ethics department of your job. These are things that they're not going to tell you, but these things are in place for you as a consumer to be able to protect your rights, protect your job, protect your duties. So while you may not be there in the physical, you're still getting paid. You're still getting paid, right? I love my remote job more than anything because it allows me to move about the world as I want to and still be able to get paid. So I have a part-time and a full-time. My full-time is bread and butter glory. My part-time is just, it's just that part-time. But it comes with plenty of benefits, and I love the benefits that come with it. So me personally, I'm just going to continue to move in purpose. If any of you guys are having a hard time filing your FMLA or your short-term disability, long-term disability, if you're having a hard time receiving the benefits that you think you deserve, contact me on the side and let me walk you through a couple of things that have worked for me in the process of. No, I don't know everything. No, the rules may not be the same across the board from my business to your business, but I guarantee you I can give you some insight and point you in the direction of some people that can help you and get you together. I have not eaten today and I am hungry. So before I go pick up my little loved one from school, I am about to look for me something to eat. I love you guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for joining, and I am out.
Well, that was the word on today. We love y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. If you have any comments, please share with us and we will talk about it. Go like us on Seagraves Says YouTube. Like, share, comment, and drop a donation.